السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على أشرف المخلوقين وآل كل والصحابة أجمعين. أما بعد. Brothers in Islam, we are in the third episode of a brief of Hanafi fiqh. Alhamdulillah. So far we discussed about ijtihad al-taqlid and about a brief sketch about four madhabs, four schools in Islamic fiqh. And now, here we are going to start our concentration on Hanafi jurisprudence. The school of jurisprudence started by Imam al-A'zam Abu Hanifa Nu'man ibn Thabit al-Kufi rahimahullahu ta'ala wa nafa'ana bi'ulumi. We were discussing an outline of madhab of Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu in the previous episode. Now just have a look at the technical terms in the school of Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu. Before that, there are a lot of specialities for the school of Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu. We were discussing some points in the previous episodes, and now here we will look at those points again in detail. Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu, as we discussed before, is a tabi'i according to a lot of evidences, because Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu was born in Hijrah 80, and the last Sahabi to pass away this world was in Hijrah 100. So Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu, there is a big chance for communicating with their Sahabis, and we were discussing about four Sahabi, including the last Sahabi by death, who came to communicate with, came in contact with Imam al-Azam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu. So Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu is a tabi'i. And according to the qawl of Muhaddis Abdul Haq al-Dahlawi in his Sharh for Mishkat, in the introduction he is telling that what is a hadith? Hadith is the words of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his activities and his silence for some activities done before him. This is very commonly accepted definition for hadith, for sunnah. But further, he was telling that from a Sahabi also the same kind of thing happened. It is also hadith, and from a tabi'i, if the same happens from a tabi'i, that means words of a tabi'i and the practices of a tabi'i and his silence of a tabi'i is also hadith. And according to this definition, Imam al-A'zam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu's words are considered as hadith. This is one special feature of the madhab of Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu, and later the madhabs, the schools which came after Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu is not having such a speciality. And the school of Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu is exactly derived from Quran. It means that in other school of jurisprudence, if a ayat depicting the wudu, the practices of wudu, the order of wudu is, if it is told in an ayah, the mujtahid will be looking for another hadith to get some description for this ayah, and will be making them together to create the structure of wudu. But Imam al-Azam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu, the school is very, very specific. It means the Quranic ayah which tells about the order of wudu is accepted as it is, and nothing is to be added to it, and nothing is to be made out from this ayah. It is completely this ayah which tell the order of wudu, and that is why there is a lot of examples we can get in the madhab Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu's mazhab, where Quran, the hukum of a ruling of shara in a particular topic is exactly what Quran told. I have told you the first one is that Imam al-Azam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu, whose words were hadith according to some particular qawl, and the second one is that it is very connected with Quran, and the third one is that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had told about Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu's arrival very before his birth. He was telling about a Persian born who will be taking Iman, even it is in the very distance, a Persian born will be bringing it. That is Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu. According to the qawl of Imam Shafi'i radiallahu anhu, Imam Suyuti radiallahu anhu, this is very special feature of Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu. And Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu, the next speciality is that Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu himself once told, if the hadith is sahih, it is my madhab. If you find hadith as sahih, it's my school. That means he is very connected with hadith. Now let's discuss about the basics of Hanafi school of jurisprudence. On what basics Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu was doing research or ijtihad? Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu was first considering Quran, like all the other, like other mujtahid. Imam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu was also considering Quran as the basic text. Quran, if there is a nas, a very clear-cut idea in Quran about a special ruling, then we will not be looking at any other text. It is completely Quran, because it's completely told in Quran, and we don't have to go through other evidences for ruling about this particular topic. So Quran is the first and best evidence for everyone, and the second one is Sunnah. It is the hadith of Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hadith is also having a special position, but only after Quran and above any other evidences. So if there is something clearly specified in hadith, it will be overwhelming any other evidences other than Quran. So Quran, hadith. And the third one is ijma, the conscience of mujtahid at a particular time on a particular topic after the death of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is called ijma. This ijma is accepted in a lot of madhabs as evidences, and according to the Hanafi school, the third evidence is ijma. This ijma, it's once it's established, it cannot be cautioned, it cannot be criticized. That means ijtihad is ijma is a complete evidence. And the fourth one, it is qiyas. Qiyas means to give hukum for a particular topic, for a particular problem, relating it with another problem which is having same cause or effect. This is called qiyas. We were telling about qiyas before. But Imam al-Azam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu was criticized by somebody that Imam al-Azam is the person who just found a wide space for qiyas more than any other things. But it's not that. Imam al-Azam Abu Hanifa radiallahu anhu, the first position is Quran, second is hadith, and third is ijma, and the fourth one is qiyas. So qiyas is having importance, but only after those three. And the fifth one, it is istihsan. It is just moving from a qiyas to another qiyas because of some reasons where we find it is best. So it should not be against the Quran and Sunnah, and it should be done only by the mujtahid who is having complete knowledge about what qiyas is done before, what ijma is on this topic, what Quran and Sunnah is telling about this. And qawl as-sahabi, the words of a sahabi, is also proof in Hanafi madhab. But only after these things. And the last one is we tell it as urf. Urf means the casual dealings of a society. That means the common dealings of a society. So in every society there will be some common things. These common things, that means we will be telling about that commonly we use, commonly we do, commonly we go. This is called urf. But this urf will only be accepted if it is not contradictory to the Shara. That means the Quran, Sunnah and the very non-rulings of Shara. If it is not against these non-rulings of Shara, it can be accepted. This urf can be accepted. So these 7 basics are there for Hanafi school of jurisprudence. Now let's take about the very famous text, very famous kitabs, very dependable kitabs written in Hanafi school of jurisprudence. There are a lot of kitabs written in every madhab. In 4 madhabs there are a lot of kitabs. We were describing about some kitabs in every madhab before in the previous episodes. Now let us discuss about the very famous kitabs in Hanafi school of jurisprudence. There are maybe 3 kinds of kitabs. The first one is Mukhtasar and the second one is Sharah. That means a commentary for this Mukhtasar, and the last one is Fatawa. And Mukhtasar, the Mukhtasars are according to many sources we are getting a lot of Mukhtasar, and the very famous Mukhtasar in Hanafi madhab is the Al-Kitab. Al-Kitab means the Kitab. It is told as a definite article, Al-Kitab. This is Mukhtasar al-Quduri. You can see the Mukhtasar al-Quduri here. Mukhtasar al-Quduri is written by Imam Quduri rahmatullahi alayhi and is widely accepted in Hanafi school of jurisprudence and is widely used for teaching students in all corners of the world now too. And there are a lot of Mukhtasar Tahawi and Al-Kafi of Hakim al-Shahid radiyallahu anhu, and Tuhfat al-Fuqaha of Imam Samarkandi radiyallahu anhu, and Bidayatul Mubtadi. Bidayatul Mubtadi is actually the basic text of Hidayah. Hidayah is here, and Bidayatul Mubtadi is the basic text of this Hidayah. And Al-Mukhtar written by Abdullah al-Mawsili, and Kanzud Daqa'iq of Imam Nasafi radiyallahu anhu, and Viqayatul Riwaya. Viqayatul Riwaya is exactly from Hidayah. And and there is Sharahul Viqaya also, the commentary of that Viqaya also is written, and Viqayatul Riwaya is written by Imam Sadru Sharia radiyallahu anhu. Sadru Sharia is actually titles. These all persons are known by titles. These Mukhtasars are later studied and subjected for a lot of commentaries by ulama who came after their generations. And the Tuhfatul Fuqaha was given commentary by Imam Alauddin al-Kazani, namely Bada'i us-Sana'i, and Bidayatul Mubtadi is given commentary by the author of Bidayatul Mubtadi itself, and it is Hidayah. It was written by Marghinani radiyallahu anhu. We were telling about that. Imam Ali bin Akbar al-Marghinani is his name. And Mukhtasar of Imam Mawsili radiyallahu anhu was again written commentary for that, Al-Ikhtiyar li Ta'lil al-Mukhtar, and a lot of commentaries are there. And the Viqayatul Riwaya is given Sharah by Sharahul Viqaya. You can see Sharahul Viqaya, and these all commentaries are also written for these Mukhtasars written in the first generation of Hanafi school of jurisprudence. And the third one is Fatawa. Fatawa, as we all know, what is Fatawa? It is a ruling of a particular mufti, particular judge of a time, and it can only be accepted according to the conditions, situations and all. So fatwa is actually time bound or situation bound. So fatwa can be accepted in another situation only if a mufti is giving permission to do that, or if he is able to understand these situations and all. So there are a lot of fatwas written in Hanafi school of jurisprudence. Fatawa Shamsil Imma and Sadr Shahid radiyallahu anhu has written Al Fatawa Al Kubra and Al Fatawa Al Nasafiyya, Fatawa Qadi Khan, and a lot of fatwas are there. And in the very currently we are using the Fatawa Hindiya and Fatawa Razviya of Imam Ahmad Raza Khan Barailwi radiyallahu anhu in India, and a lot of fatwas are famous now in the present time. And these are the very famous kitab in Hanafi fiqh, and a lot of kitabs are written in Persian text, Urdu text and all. In Urdu text we can see the very famous kitab in India, in North India, it is Baharu Sharia, very commonly used, because Baharu Sharia is thus prepared by putting every kitab in front of the Musannif and just made together. Every kitabs is referred for making Baharu Sharia, and for common people there is Kanunu Sharia written, and widely used in Madaris the Nurul Ilah of Imam Sharabul Ali radiyallahu anhu is also widely used, and there are a lot of kitabs in Hanafi fiqh, and the time doesn't allow to discuss all this kitab. That much kitab is written in Hanafi fiqh. No doubt it will be written, because 1/3 of the Muslim population is following Hanafi madhab in the world. And now let's discuss simply 2 or 3 technical terms in Hanafi madhab. Very different to Shafi school of jurisprudence and others. In Hanafi madhab, wajib and faral, it is different. In Shafi school, the wajib and faral is a single thing, and in Hanafi madhab, it's 2. If the command is very specific in Quran and there is no doubt in it, or in hadith and there is no doubt in it, this is called faral. And if there are some doubt in its authenticity, doubt means if there are some loopholes in its authenticity, then it's called wajib. And when we are coming to namaz, the case of namaz, we will be discussing that time. And when we are coming to the case of namaz, if you are skipping a faral without knowing or by knowing, whatever it is, the namaz is not accepted. But if you are skipping a wajib without knowing, forgetting, you are skipping a wajib, then it can be rectified by sujood sahu. We will be discussing that matter. So wajib and faral are different. And while discussing in the Hanafi fiqh, we should know two more things that are Imam al-Azam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu. We were telling that this is not the madhab of a single person, because Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu was putting a fatwa in front of his students, and there will be a shura which discussing this fatwa and coming with a result, and this result will be the ruling of that shara later. So Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu's students, they are a core part of this madhab. Who are they? Imam Abu Yusuf radiyallahu anhu, Imam Muhammad ibn Shaybani radiyallahu anhu, and we were telling about other Hassan radiyallahu anhu and other students of Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu. But these 2 students and Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu, they are known in Hanafi madhab as the founders of Hanafi madhab. So if it is told al-Imam, it is Imam al-Azam Abu Hanifa. It is Imam al-Azam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu. And Al Imam Sani, if they are telling Al Imam Sani, it is Imam Abu Yusuf radiyallahu anhu. And if they are telling Al Imam Rabbani, it is Imam Muhammad ibn Hassan Ash-Shaybani radiyallahu anhu. And if it is telling Imam Salis, it is also Imam Muhammad ibn Shaybani radiyallahu anhu. And if they are telling Shaykhain, that is Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu and Imam Abu Yusuf radiyallahu anhu. And if they are telling Sahibain, it is Imam Muhammad radiyallahu anhu and Imam Abu Yusuf radiyallahu anhu, because those two are the Sahib of Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu. And if it is telling Sahibul Madhab, it is Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu. And there are a lot of terms describing other students of Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu, and later the next generation scholars of Hanafi school. I think we don't have to go in deep. And if they just tell Al-Kitab, that is the Mukhtasar al-Quduri we were telling before. In fiqh, while we are discussing about fiqh, we should know some important facts. Fiqh is actually what? How it is different from Aqidah. Aqidah is dealing with the part of belief, faith of a Muslim. Fiqh is dealing with the part of practice and action of a Muslim. So in fiqh, there are four main parts. The first one is Ibadat. That means the part dealing with the Ibadat of a Muslim, devotions of a Muslim. The second one is Mu'amalat. It is dealing with the Mu'amala, the business dealings and other social dealings of a Muslim. The third one is Munakahat. It is dealing with the Nikah, the marital life of a Muslim. And the fourth one is Jinayat. It is dealing with the problem solving of a Muslim. That means the case court dealings of a Muslim. So in the first three, there is any issues to be dealt with court, and that will be dealt by the fourth part of fiqh. So there are four parts in Islamic fiqh. So from the next episode onwards, we will be discussing about Ibadat, the first one of fiqh. Ibadat includes everything which comes under devotion. So it includes namaz, it includes fasting, hajj, zakat, and whatever dealing with these things. So inshallah, we will be seeing in the next episode with namaz and its relative things like tahara, wuzu, ghusl, to bath, to take ablution, and to be the purity, cleanliness of a Muslim and all. We will be discussing in the next episode. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.